This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to you by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup, register, and attend one of our fantastic networking meetings, which we meet on the first and third Thursday at the Brick House in Ridley Park, and the second and fourth Thursday at the Upper Crust in Newtown Square. We look forward to seeing you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by James Pace of Propell Credit Union. James, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Rich. As we've talked before, my friends call me Jim, so you can call me Jim as well.
Jim, what is Propell Credit Union?
Well, Propell Credit Union is, as you was formerly known as BHCU, Delaware County's credit union. And BHCU was in Delaware County for the last 70 years. Initially part of the Boeing Helicopter Credit Union. We became a community chartered credit union, so we adapted BHCU. But no one really knew who BHCU was. So as we enter our 71st year moving into Chester County, we decided to rebrand. And with that rebrand, we've come up with Propell, which gives credence to our past, which is the helicopters propelling upward and propelling our members' financial success and propelling different things. So we're real excited about it. As a matter of fact, today is the first official day that we're actually referring ourselves as Propell Credit Union. So I'm excited to be part of the podcast and, excited to give, I get to use Propell a lot today because I have to get used to you saying it. Thank you.
I am honored to be part of the first day celebration. When this airs, people can refer back to September 3rd and say that was the day, that was the first day. But there's a lot of firsts happening, and you touched upon it a little bit. 71 years in Delaware County, 71 years in Delco, and now you're moving across county lines and you're opening up a branch in Chester. This is huge for the credit union. Talk about where that location's going to be and what those people in Chester County can expect.
Well, great. Thank you. We're real excited about it. We're going to be right outside the borough of Westchester, 5 Points and Route 3. It was an old chiropractor building, but before that, it had been a bank years before. So kind of excited because there's going into Westchester's county seat of Chester County. It should be, obviously parking, easy location off of 202. It also complements our branch in Havertown, which is the other side of Westchester, closer to Upper Darby in the Manila Shopping Center. So we'll have that part of it covered. I think I'm looking forward to introducing Propell to Chester County because we're educating our members on the value of using a credit union, the value of small business using our products and services. We are a full service credit union. In other words, we have so many different services, not just for personal use, but for business use. We are typically cheaper than a commercial bank because we are a nonprofit by nature. So we don't have the fees and costs that are associated with a big bank, but we can offer a lot of similar products and service lines. And the folks that I've brought in the last 6 years here at BHCU from major banks find it very refreshing to have someone they can talk to, teammates helping them build their team. And, I think that Chester County is going to find a similar experience.
Talk about some of those products. Talk about some of those services that people can expect when they become a partner, a client, a customer with Propell.
Well, Propell offers, traditional investment real estate lending, working capital loans, equipment loans. We also could do a more I'm actually doing a loan right now with a business that's buying another business. So we're buying their business assets. We can do SBA loans. We can do USDA loans, which are farm-related loans. So a lot of interesting things. We also have great deposit relationships. We do merchant services. We do payroll. We do financial planning, as well as on the personal end, we can do the traditional home equity loans, first mortgages, car loans, payroll loans, all those sort of things as well. We have business credit cards. We also have personal credit cards. So anything that you can imagine that a traditional financial services company would have, we would have. We don't do much on the international side, so quite honest, that's something we don't offer. But we we can do international wires, we can do wire transfers, so full service.
What sets Propell apart?
Well, I think that Propell is set apart because of the people that work here, and that we're committed to helping folks, and my team it sets us apart. I often hear that the big banks are impersonal. No one knows who they are. A lot of our folks have been here 20 years or so. We're in the community. We're from the community. Myself personally, the fact that I'm committed to a genuine connection with people, that I really enjoy helping someone grow their business. I come from a family of small business owners. My grandparents were both all emigrated into the United States. They started out, my grandfather came here at 9 years old, working as a bricklayer. The other one was a farmer. They ended up working regular jobs. They ended up starting small businesses, sent their children to college, and they started businesses. So, I mean, it's something that's I enjoy. I enjoy helping, seeing that growth, and I think that's what's been a great part about being, a U.S. citizen, and I think it's going to continue being. The small business drives our success, and I like being a part of that. I like being a conduit to that.
I'm a resident of Delco, Chester County now that you can serve. And I say to you, Jim, I'd love to switch to Propell. I'm not really happy with those services of my bank, but you know what? I travel and I want to have access to my money when I'm anywhere in the United States. And I'm concerned that if I need to go into a bank, it's only in the Delco, Chester County area. What say you?
Well, great question. And I think that's a concern for a lot of people, Rich, but I think we can answer that in a couple of different ways. First of all, credit unions are part of, we work with other credit unions. So you can go into another credit union and we participate services. So if there is a participating service provider, you can access your accounts there. Probably 20 years ago, without all the online banking access, it might be difficult to have a local institution as your only institution. But nowadays, you're as close as a click on your laptop, on your phone, or other instrument as well. We have a verbose online banking presence through Blossom, which is our proprietary system. So you can transfer funds, you can go send things to other members, you can pay folks through Venmo and other products as well, by putting your card on the online banking. So I don't think there's as much need nowadays to go into a local branch and grab your money. So I think it's less of a concern nowadays than anywhere else. Now, we have free ATMs throughout various networks. I think we're as accessible as most other financial institutions.
71 years is a long time, but you hear stories of banks that are going out of business, banks that are being shut down. And, well, Jim, I want to bank with that big bank because they're too big to fail. And what happens in some sort of crisis if the government wants to step in and say, well, we're going to take care of those, but let them just, fall by the wayside?
That's an interesting perspective. I don't see that as the reality, though. The big banks seem to have caused more of an issue, and we're audited by the same banking commission that the big banks are audited. We're actually being held to the same sort of high standards. A lot of things that we've been dealing with as we're continuing to grow is, our compliance functions, our security functions. We tend to lend locally, so we're not getting involved in big international deals or things that could put us at risk. We take smaller risk, so I think we're more secure. We're also not a takeover candidate. We're not going to merge and get acquired. Even this name change, people keep on asking me, well, did you merge? Well, it's not what we do because we're not publicly traded. We don't have stock. The only time a credit union would actually merge is usually if they've got their membership has gotten old or they don't have a challenge and they want to grow. We're looking to grow internally. We're looking to grow through going to a new county, those sort of things. So I think we're more secure than a lot of institutions out there. We also have gotten the highest rating from the NCUA, which is our equivalent of FDIC. So I know we're a stable organization. Our CEO doesn't make the huge monies that these big banks make. We don't have the fees. We don't have the infrastructure. We do outsource a lot of our underwriting and other products to keep us profitable, so we can donate back to our members, and that's really our key. We're member owned, and we try to reward our members, where big banks are shareholder owned and try to reward the shareholders. So it depends, it depends how comfortable you are, and you don't necessarily have to use this as your exclusive financial institution. Nowadays, people have other options, so you can wire monies in and out as well.
Who motivates you, Jim? Who inspires you?
Wow. I think my dad, quite honest. My dad passed on about 26 years ago. He was a small businessman, first in Chester and then in media. He hustled from 15, 16 years on, went into the Army, came out, became a realtor, also was an insurance broker, was on several different boards and some small savings and loans and different things. Sent 7 kids through private school and universities. Loved one woman. People still 26 years later come up to me and said, your dad really helped me out in small business. He helped me find my first home. He helped me do this. Your dad was an amazing guy. There was a lot of different things. So trying to emulate my father and in helping people. And partly too, it's my faith. He instilled a strong faith in me. And my faith tells me that helping people is what we're here to do. And when I can see the impact that I can make with a small business, educating them on how to borrow or educate them how to use funds and see them grow, it's just really rewarding to me. And I feel like I'm a part of it. And when I'm helping my community and I'm helping these small businesses and I'm seeing how that benefits, the local community, my children, other folks, that's things that really get me excited.
For those in the community that want to connect with you, what's the best way to get a hold of you, Jim?
Well, typically I start out my mornings in the Glen Mills branch of Propell. So obviously through email, through the phone, but I'm also on social media. I have a LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. So a lot of different ways. I'm also attend a lot of different Chamber of Commerce events, Delco Meets for Business, other networking groups as well. So I'm in the community. You'll see me out at local restaurants. You'll see me at different events. Things at anywhere from down in Kennett at the mushroom festivals in Rose Tree Park at the different events down there. You'll see me out and about, so I travel out to Havertown. I'll be down in Ridley. I'm out in Westchester. You'll see me all out and about. So I'm pretty easy to get a hold of.
For somebody that didn't see you or hasn't seen you yet, what's that email you want people to use to get a hold of you?
Well, it's funny. I'm going to put this out for the very first time. So it's jpace, Jpace, at Propell, PROPELLCU.org. Now, that's always the tough part. People don't remember the .org because mostly are .coms, but org is for a nonprofit, which is what we are as a credit union. So it's jpace at propellcu.org.
And don't forget that other L. So that's important too on there. And if somebody wanted to pick up the phone and say, Jim, I need some help. I need some services. I'm looking for a loan. My business is looking to expand. What's a good phone number for you?
Sure. Good phone number in the office is 610-595-2929. Again, that's 610-595-2929. My direct extension is 310. Now, you can also catch me on my personal cell phone, which is 610-755-8650. 610-755-8650. I often, can be reached after hours. I typically don't always answer, but I'll get back to you. And texting always works as well.
Okay, you are all over the place. You never know where there's going to be an event or a business meeting that you will be at. You're on your way to that meeting and you say, you know what? I got a cheesesteak craving. Where are you going for a cheesesteak?
Oh, geez, that's unfair. I have so many great options in this area. Different moods for different steaks. I grew up in Eddystone, so I got to give a shout out to Vicky's and Stuart's Fodiatis. He's been around forever. His family owned a restaurant down there. Gotta love Phil and Jim's in Brookhaven. Out here in Glen Mills area, there's Delco's Original. There's Pops. There's also Delco Steaks. But I don't think you really can go wrong. There's so many really good steak shops. That's one of the good challenges to have in the area.
You mentioned so many. Jim Pappas of Philadelphia Cheesesteak Adventure may want to add you to his team to review cheesesteaks in the area. Now, you said it was a little bit more difficult for the cheesesteak. How about for pizza? Where are you going when you have a pizza craving?
Oh, geez. Again, different types of pizza for different things, right? So, spending a long time in media, I loved Little Anthony's. Little Anthony's has tremendous pizza on State Street. Again, out here in the burbs, in Aston, Mambroso's makes a great buy. Unfortunately, they're looking to recover from the fire. Picola, is it Picola? It's in West Town, right off of 352. Tremendous pizza. I know a lot of the guys say Pika's. It's good, But yeah, I think it's something. It's what you're used to, and it's what you grew up with. A good buddy of mine once said, "No such thing as bad pizza. Just some's better than others."
I like that. Now, again, you're covering a large geographic area, and you need a convenience store option. Where are you stopping, Wawa or Royal Farms?
No doubt about it. I mean, I'm a Wawa guy from a long time ago. Although I gotta be honest with you, growing up in Delaware County, I loved the old mom and pop shops. We were 1 square mile on Eddystone. We had 5 convenience stores. We had Meds, we had Vicky's, we had Ann's, we had Hancock's. And I'm of the era when Wawa came in and put them all out of business for the most part. But still like going to Colonial Village. Still like, but definitely Wawa, hands down over Royal Farms.
If you haven't recognized it yet, Jim, you are just such a knowledgeable, experiential person of Delco. You've seen it, you've experienced it, you're living it. How would you describe Delco to somebody that's never heard of Delco or has never been here before?
Well, Delco is a state of mind, and it's funny because growing up, I played all the local sports, Edco and Biddy League, basketball, CYO, those sort of things. When I went to high school, I went to a private high school down in Delaware, and we had probably 40% of the school was Delaware County folks. We won 2 state championships, and there were some great athletes in Delaware, but we brought the grit. We brought the hard work. When I went to the Jersey Shore to bartend, there was all these mainliners, but, I was there working day crew and then working nights. They trusted me to be the head bouncer, and then I became a bartender. So I think we're hardworking, we're loyal, we're family oriented, we're committed, we're passionate. We can goof on each other, but that you can't goof on us. We stay together. Delco, there's a lot of great things about Delco, and I think the family, I think that hard work, I think the passion, and I think loyalty. They're all things that are really, really important about Delco. And we might be tough in the beginning, but once we accept you, there's no better place to be.
You had friends or family coming in from out of town. You want to give them or take them to that Delco experience. Where are you sending them, or where are you taking them?
Oh, geez. Depends where you want to be. Bernie's Pretzels. You can go to Boost Corner Market out in off of Falk Road. A lot of great places in media. Dolan's Bar, Marty, RP, right there too. Marty Bonas's Bar. There's just a lot of great places. As far as restaurants, the Townhouse was always a great place to go. It depends where you're at. Drexelbrook, some of the golf courses. A lot of great places. So if you wanted to know, I'd have to take you there. Because it's there's so many cool places too, like walking trails. We have at Ridley Creek Park, Ridley State Park. Tyler Arboretum. Some places that would really surprise you. You would never know you were in Delco. I had the honor of playing Marion West. Somebody took me to the golf course. Marion East is one of the best courses in the country. I'm in the middle of Havertown. You would think you could be anywhere in the world. It was so beautiful and so peaceful and so quiet. So we're definitely at the economy of options in Delco.
What I know is you're taking them to have a great time lots of fun, learn some things. And as you pointed out, you're going to say, wow, I didn't know this was Delco. I didn't know Delco had this. And as a resident for so long, you can share the things that used to be, the things that are now, and with what Propell's doing as a credit union, the things to come. So there's a lot that you can impart and allow people to have that great experience. Jim, is there anything we have not talked about on the podcast today? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or Propell Credit Union?
I think that Propell is a best kept secret. And I think that, we're growing. Like any other organization, we're going to have challenges. There's going to be mistakes going to be made and, accounts that get kind of messed up or, your debit card's not going to work. But what I think we're different is that we're accountable and that there's somebody here. You got a guy. We talk about this a lot in Delaware County. You got a guy. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be accountable. We're gonna get a solution for you, and we're gonna solve your problem. One of the things I really enjoy is everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own challenges out there, and there's no cookie cutter for a small business. But we'll here at Propell, we'll listen to a story, and we'll try to find the best solution. People come to me and say, hey, I want a line of credit. Well, why do you need a line of credit? Well, I need to borrow this. Well, no, a line of credit may not be the best facility for you. Maybe we should do a term loan, and maybe you could use this, or you could do that, or maybe we should look to restructure it as a home equity loan and lend it back to your business. So, what I'd like to say is that we're creative and that we're not just looking to have you buy whatever product is off the shelf. We're going to tailor your need. And we have a full array of, we have accounts that are for folks who are trying to establish credit. We have folks that keep millions of dollars at, a high yield flex account. So we can help any type of person. So you don't have to be a big business. We do loans as low as $10,000, and we've done $10 million loans. So I think we can do a lot of different things for someone, and we're going to do it with a smile, and we're going to do it in person. And we don't have my CEO doesn't have drive-throughs because we're not transactional. We want to develop a relationship. And if that's the type of organization you're looking for, we could be the right choice for you.
Delco, you got a guy. Jim Pace, congratulations on Propell, the expansion, the opportunity to serve more people in the community. Delco, if you're looking for a banking option, this credit union may serve exactly what you're looking for. Set up an opportunity, sit down with Jim and his team, and see how they can take you to those next places that you want to go. Propel forward, Jim.
Thank you so much, Rich, and continued success with everything you're doing as well. Delco Meets for Business is innovative and got some folks together to meet people. You're teaching people how to network, and you're teaching people that, hey, we're each other's sales team, and we represent each other. And there's enough business out there that we can all win. I sit down with other bankers, other credit unions when I go to some of your meetings, and I learn something. And if there's things I can't do, I can refer them. There's more than one realtor there. There's more than one marketing company. So it's just nice being able to learn from each other and help each other get through the day. So thank you again for having me on your podcast today.
Well, thank you for being a friend of What's Happening Delco. Can't wait to see you out and about in the Delco community. Day one of Propell. Have a fabulous day, and I can't wait to hear more of the stories of growth and exceptionalism.
See you Thursday. Talk to you again.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, My gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.